man, Cane. You in the game, Cane?
My name is Static Selector. I'm a dickhead when it comes to hearing artists I've never heard of before. But when I heard him, and I'm the biggest critic of hip-hop got, I was like, dude's dope, and we started working together.
Dude's dope. We started working together.
First lay in and the trailer fouls him. Beautiful play by Reggie.
I want to update the intro.
Catch and shoot. 3, 4 for 4.
You like it?
Reggie Williams.
A link out to Reggie Williams.
Reggie shit sounds so sweet. My shit's just like, when we started working together.
No, you're the game, man.
I could get more. Well, that one's sweet, but.
Yeah.
Yo. We are back. After a short 2-week hiatus. What you want me to do? I'm sorry.
Yeah and no. Last week.
Yeah, well, last week, my nightmare, since we started this thing, my nightmare came true. We're like an hour and 15 minutes in and the shit just crashes.
Yeah, that was tough.
For like the first 10 episodes, I would have a backup audio recorder. I think we were just using another phone. And then we got comfortable.
We were
always, just in case, you guys. And then, you know, 30 plus episodes in, and that never happened. So I didn't think it would happen. And I shouldn't even be talking about this. Let's just knock on wood.
It's probably a good thing that happened. I felt like some thing we might have talked about in the last episode.
Yeah, so let me just catch you up to speed. This is what you missed last week. We talked about yoga, meditation, not telling people when they have something in their teeth,
which led to tissue
led
somewhere
to
else.
A story about me running up on a girl I knew who had a tail of toilet paper tissue hanging out of her pants, and I did not tell her.
Right.
I bitched out. Which then led to the science of building a nest on public toilet seats.
Yes.
Which is so this you missed some very important stuff. I don't know what else, but
the World MC.
Oh yeah, we talked about the World MC battle. If you haven't seen that, check out World MC on YouTube. I have a new battle up there versus Rossetti. I'm advancing to the next round, which will probably be in August. You gotta hold it now. Yeah, I don't know. There we go, Reggie. You wanted it shortened. There it is.
That's all right.
Yeah. That's about all we got into, I think. So
You
yeah.
said like 5 things we got into that went into an hour and some change.
An hour
That's
and some
crazy.
change, and we didn't even talk about
That's
NBA or. I think we got into some music. What were we talking about? You were talking about Larry June.
Larry June, yes.
What other shit you listening to?
This week I'm talking about Tyler, the Creator.
This week, yeah, man.
I'm saying it now. Rap album of the year, Grammy,
Yeah.
without a doubt, hands
Yes.
down. DJ Drama will get a Grammy. He's all over it. And Tyler is, the album is, I don't even have words for it. It's just gonna get album of the year, without a doubt.
To me, I think it's his best album. To me, I mean, maybe there's some allure to it right now because it's so new, and maybe I'm a little biased because it's new. But
No, I don't think that's it.
I think he's finally in. I just like the point that he's in his career. It sounds like he has elements of the old Odd Future shit, but he's more mature now, so he's really flexing on this record. You know, the narrative of the album is kind of, you know, how he's dealing with fame and the problems and the luxuries that come with that. You know, so he's got a lot of flex talk on there. Like, what would he say? My heart was broken, but I remembered I was rich, so I bought some new emotions and I bought a boat because I like crying better in the ocean.
Yeah, the album,
Like shit, like
he talk about everything, man. Like you said, his relationships with men and women, That caught me off guard, though. I'm not going to even lie.
Yo.
I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that.
I think it's dope. It's mad funny to me. I was telling Thriller, you never heard that before.
No, I'm not homophobic. It just, I'm listening to it, I'm rocking, and then he says something, I'm like, hold on. what he said one line, he was like, every time I'm with you, your boyfriend keep calling or something, or your girlfriend, something.
Well,
he was like, don't worry, tell him I'm down for the threesome. I'm like, a time.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, what?
It ain't gotta be that way. I'm down for the threesome.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, what? You just messed me up a little bit.
Yeah, I think we've never heard that in hip hop before. Where I think what I think is funny and cool at the same time is that he is like objectifying men. You know what I'm saying? The way that it's traditionally done in hip hop, where rappers kind of like objectify women or brag about their women, like my bitch bad, you know?
Yeah, he's bragging about his dudes.
He got this one, which is, it's my bar of the week just because I think
that's fine. I think it's hilarious. To your own, you know?
He said, what did he say? Oh, and I'm gonna clean this up because I can't say this word, so I'm gonna use the edited version that he performed on the BET Awards. He said, "Hey yo, I might sled in Utah. LA is too warm. My man tall look like a bitch. I call him Mulan." I mean, like, why that's my bar of the week? Because one, it's a funny bar regardless, you know, but it's also a fire metaphor comparing to Mulan, because you know,
but Mulan wasn't tall.
Do we know that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like
it was like
she blended in. They thought she was a dude, right?
Yeah.
So like, she could have been tall, you know. But the thing about Mulan was there was always a mystique, you know, about her gender and even sexuality, because wasn't a dude trying to come at Mulan in the movie? What was Mulan's love interest in the movie?
She's in love with another one of the soldiers,
right?
But he wasn't trying to come at her. I don't think he was trying to come at her. I think he was trying to help her.
They had like
it was more of a bromance.
Bond, like a pretty strong bond.
I think for him it was a bromance. He didn't know she was who she was.
I just think there's.
But then, you know, Disney and shit they be writing little shit within,
that's what I'm saying.
You know, and stories within stories that you don't know.
So that movie is kind of known in the LGBT.
I was going off the sled part because Mulan came sliding down the snow hill joint. I think when she was trying to shoot the rocket or something one time.
I didn't even dig.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
No problem. Yeah, that's what I was coming.
But it's layered. I don't know. I just like the layers in that bar, and it made me laugh. But yeah, this album front to back, man.
Yeah, no skips.
No skips.
No skips.
And he's got different sounds on it. I love the production. A lot of it.
I think he did a lot of them.
Yeah, you can tell. I meant to look up the production credits and see that. He's got some amazing features on there. He's got Pharrell. Pharrell had a crazy verse on there.
Uzi, Young Boy.
Lil Uzi did. I feel like he really brought the best out of all the features on there.
The Young Boy joint surprised me.
Yeah.
It was like an R&B song, like Young Boy and Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah. I like how Ty Dolla $ign just sneaks in on songs and does little ad-libs.
That's how he getting paid now. On some fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, he's the guy.
I had something for, but
he's the guy for that. But the Lil Wayne feature I thought was dope. I didn't love that song. The song was called Hot Wind Blows, but I thought Wayne's verse was dope. I think everybody really came with it, but I think this is the best Tyler's ever rapped when you just talk about pure rapping. I mean, he's giving you a lot of shit. And like I said, a lot of them are braggadocious kind of, you know, flexes about buying boats and driving in Roses and, you know, but.
Well, I'm looking at the 16 tracks. He produced every single one of them.
Okay, there you go. So there you go. I mean, that's another thing that I think doesn't probably get enough credit.
Shit.
Do you think Tyler gets enough credit?
To be 100% honest with you, that's a tough question for me to answer.
Because you've never been a huge
I never
Tyler
really
fan.
listened to him until probably Earthquake. Song Earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
okay.
I always knew who he was. Like, from Odd Future, he had the show on Cartoon Network, and I knew who Tyler, the Creator, was, but I never actually listened. And then I did, You Be My Earthquake? I really liked that song. And then
Charlie Wilson was on that joint.
And then this
Uncle
album
Charlie
came out, and I was in the gym, and I was like, man, you know what? Let me listen to this. And I could not turn it off, bro. And I was like, this album is from the first song. I'm talking about, normally you like listen to an album, you're like, I need to listen to it again and let me see.
He comes in
From
about
song
the gate.
1 to 16, I didn't skip. Everything hit. And when I finished it, I don't even think I got halfway through the album, and I was like, this is gonna win album of the year easily. Landslide. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't foresee. I don't care who comes out with what. They're not beating this.
Yeah, I had the same thought. It's the first album in a while that I've just been fully engulfed in. I've just been listening to it nonstop, just, picking it apart, listening to it over and over again. And that's what I said. It's going to be Grammy nominated album of the year.
It's gonna win.
I think J. Cole will be up for album of the year as well.
Yeah. J. Cole will be there, but
I think this takes the cake for me.
yeah. Like, Cole, you will be album of the year Grammy nominated. But I think even after you heard this, you probably know what time it is.
The suit was so sharp it could get Medusa coochie trimmed. He got bars on here.
That's crazy. It's just crazy. It's a crazy album.
Yeah.
From front to back.
Yeah, it's real. I don't even know how to describe it. It's you got bangers on here. That Lumberjack, that's the one.
That was a single.
Yeah, and another thing
That's not even the best song to me.
Yeah, I think that
I don't even have a best song.
Yeah, these are just some of the ones that I highlighted.
Yeah, the way he come on the track with Sir Baudelaire. Baudelaire.
Tyler Baudelaire.
Like,
Manifesto is another one that's heavy for me. That song he's talking about kind of how people expect him to have some responsibility with, speaking up about social injustice and living up to expectations and, the role he's played in the game where, he said, I was canceled before cancel culture, and how people want to bring up old tweets or people want to say he's not doing enough for social injustice and all. And I think he articulated that point very well with dope bars all the way through it. And then he's got groovy joints like the What's Your Name one.
Yeah,
That's
What's
the one
Your
with
Name, that's a vibe.
Young Boy.
Wilshire, I like Wilshire too. Wilshire was dope.
Was that another kind of like R&B type joint?
Yeah, it's like 6 minutes long.
Oh, that's the one where he's kind of telling that story about
some chick, him and a chick being friends, but she's his boy's girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a real good one.
That's definitely a true story.
Oh, facts.
Because that shit is too detailed.
Too specific. Yeah. And then the one is Sweet.
It's too intricate.
I'm gonna call you sugar.
They got Brent Faiyaz on it.
Sweet.
Yeah, Brent on that joint. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Shout out Tyler, the Creator, man. For real. That's a great album.
High five.
That deserves a high five for sure.
So speaking of that, we're going to just jump around here, but let's get into the...
Wait, before we jump around.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your unofficial sponsor today?
Oh, I got a couple. Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Okay.
Is one of my sponsors, and then...
Charlie Ray.
My daughter, Charlie Ray, on the sock game.
That's the first thing I noticed when I came in here. I said, bro, you got Charlie Ray socks.
Charlie Ray on your socks. This is my Father's Day gift, man. This is dope.
Divvy
I'm just
up.
trying. Huh? Is that? Is that the
The
sock
company's
company?
Divvy Up, yep.
Divvy Up. You can get anything on there.
I've mostly seen socks.
So
but
Reggie could get like cuties on his. Like
cuties,
Clementines.
yes.
On my Match.com.
Match.com profile pic.
Shout out Divvy Up.
Who you sponsored by?
I'm sponsored by Nature today. Sponsored by water today. My gallon of water today. This is the key to life.
It's so hot.
It's on,
Came
yes,
in,
it's
came
so
in
hot
smelling like
outside.
nature today.
Did I?
Nah, I'm playing
Oh,
with
man.
you.
That might have been Lincoln, bro.
Oh, yeah. He stink.
Mine is water and that Chick-fil-A I had a few minutes ago. That cookies and cream milkshake with them
I thought that was a
with
milkshake
them
you
waffle
had.
fries.
That's all you got? Those two things?
Nah, I had a chicken sandwich and I told him to add bacon to it for me. I was like, yo, can I put bacon on a regular chicken sandwich? Because it come on the grill one. He was like, yeah, dude, you can add bacon in anything.
Like, shit's your world, man. It's my pleasure.
I was like, yeah, throw some bacon on that shit.
That would be my pleasure to put some bacon on there.
And then I told him, throw some cheese on that bitch, too. He was like, what you want, American? It had American, something else in Colby Jack. I was like, give me Colby Jack, man.
Damn, he's just creating shit off the secret menu.
That Chick-fil-A.
You know, places will do whatever. Like, it's not just Chick-fil-A, but although Chick-fil-A, they'll do it and it will be their pleasure. You know, you ask for some crazy shit at McDonald's and they might, you know, spit in your food.
Have you seen the dude, bro, that's been riding around and taking like sausage or fucking, basically like sausage links or something? And he's like going to fast food restaurants. And he's like, yo, my shit at home broke. Yo, drop this in the fryer for me. I'll be back in like 30 minutes or something. And they be cooking that shit.
They do it?
And he come back and they give it to him.
Wow.
Yeah, he just did one. He went to, it's a dude on TikTok, I think. And he just did one. He went to McDonald's and they dropped it in. That shit probably tastes the best sausage joint ever because he got the probably fried it in the grease they use for the fries.
Damn.
And put a little salt on it. But if he did somewhere else. But yeah, like you said, they'll do whatever.
He'll do whatever.
Yeah.
My older brother told me to when you order the double cheeseburgers back when the dollar menu was actually a dollar menu.
It's not $1 anymore? I don't know.
Nah, it's like, I don't even think they have a dollar menu anymore. It's
Wendy's
like
still got theirs, right?
two for $3 or something.
Okay.
Or like the McDouble is like $150 or something now. But you go in there and you ask them to make them double cheeseburgers like Big Macs. And they do. They put the shredded lettuce, the special sauce, the onions, but no extra piece of bread, which you don't need that. You don't need that anyway.
Most people probably don't want that shit. No, you get the Big Mac for the special sauce.
Yeah, and my niece was
about to say pause.
Uh-huh.
You about to say pause?
No, I wasn't, man. I'm cool, man. My bar of the week is a gay bar. No pause.
Yo, you passed that now, huh?
Yeah,
we passed that.
Tyler got me through it.
He passed that shit. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but they'll do some weird shit. It's,
Customer service, man, it's everything, bro.
Yeah, you can have it. You can really have it your way.
Really have
anyway.
it your way. Burger King ain't the only place.
Yeah. So, all right, SmackDowns and High Fives. I don't have a SmackDown this week. I've racked my brain, and I guess I'm just in a positive vibe right now.
Yeah, you're not gonna have a SmackDown every week.
I'm not mad at anything or anybody.
It's just good. Life is good.
You got one?
You already know. I told you last night, I think.
Me?
Not you.
Oh.
No. Certain neighbor. Family member of a neighbor.
Yeah. We'll SmackDown. I'm gonna just SmackDown snitches. Mm-hmm. And this is where the episode crashed last time when we was trying to do the SmackDown intro.
Probably
an hour and a half into it. Let's
crash
here we go.
Are you ready for SmackDown?
This is Friday Night SmackDown.
What did the five fingers say to the face?
Slap! Wrong with it, baby powder. Slap! Well, that is. Slap! Changing diapers?
You gonna smack me, bitch? In front of my face?
So this week, SmackDown is gonna get a little specific. So
Specificities.
So what I'll say, because I don't know if it'll be relatable, but what I'll say is just SmackDown to snitches, man. Nobody likes a snitch, a tattletale. So my brother, he runs the Reload Group Fitness out here in Richmond, Virginia. If you're looking for a good group fitness, just kind of kick your ass, high intensity, low rest periods, with strength training in there, tap into Reload at reloadrva.com, and you can book these classes there on Saturdays. Boom, shameless plug. That's another unofficial sponsor. Had to do that.
A hell of a plug.
But anyway,
too.
so he's got this trailer with all of his equipment, and he parks it on the side of his house. And he gets a knock at the door, and it's some lady from the county telling him that he can't have it. He can't keep it there. It has to be in his driveway. So, like, who the fuck just drives around? Mind you, he had already went through the process of getting everything approved, and he told him where he was going to keep it. So all things lead to that he was snitched on by his neighbor, which his neighbor's mother is our neighbor. Yeah, and so we were small talking the other day, and
With the mother?
no, with the mother's daughter, she was over here.
Okay.
It was outside, and she said some kind of slick shit like about Reload, and it didn't click. And then 2 days later, he gets the knock at his door about the people from the county. So we believe she's snitching.
What did she say?
She was like, so how's the Reload going? Like, kind of.
Well, I was talking to her because we were putting the two and two together. This is like the first time we really talked to her. And we were like, oh, yeah, you're his brother's neighbor, blah, 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 just putting it all together. And I was like, yeah, they're into their Reload stuff. I was like, I know you've seen the truck out there. And she's like, oh, yeah, I've seen it. and then she was like, are you guys doing that Reload stuff? And we were like, yeah, we actually help a lot in the background. Like we do the social media, blah, blah. So, we thought it was kind of weird in the moment, but like we didn't think twice about it. And then they come to us like a week later and they're like, yeah, some lady from the county was knocking on their door.
And we was like, that wee baby.
We were like, hold up. Yeah. We're like, yep, that was her. And we don't know for sure, but all things are pointing to.
I mean, 1 + 1 = 2.
Right, yeah. Exactly. So
snitches get stitches.
One fish, red fish.
Green fish, blue fish?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Knick-knack, paddywhack.
Give a dog a bone.
Give a dog a bone.
Is that a thing? Red fish, blue fish?
It's Dr. Seuss. Come on.
I said one fish, two fish.
Yeah, that's
one
what
fish,
it is.
two fish, red fish, blue fish.
Oh, I said green fish.
No, y'all remember on never mind. I'll play it for y'all later.
Okay. But does that mean 1 + 1 = 2? Is that what the
No, it's you never seen the Dr. Seuss book?
I mean, it's
one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
Okay, so there's no meaning. You guys just said that.
It's just, Dr. Seuss, how he rhymes, and nothing really makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Sure. I'm just trying to see what the significance of that.
We were just saying,
okay, I'm sorry.
Come on, please.
I want to understand the
Somebody spent their whole childhood on the football field.
Yeah, right.
I fuck with Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss.
Did you read a book?
Spitting.
Did you read a book?
Oh, yeah.
What was your favorite children's books?
The first one I ever read was a Berenstain Bears book. That was my first book ever.
Okay.
Yeah, those are some
child.
ones. Yeah.
I was a kid.
I was a child. Berenstain
What else?
Bears.
I fucked with Goosebumps.
Ooh, R.L. Stein.
R.L. Stein was dope.
I think I read one every week.
Oh, I had
a ton of
flavors. I had all the Goosebumps. Then when Choose Your Own Adventure, this might be just nerdy as fuck, but when I learned that was a thing, I thought that was so dope.
What the fuck is that?
Choose Your Own Adventure books. So they were like chapter books. They were short chapter books, but they were usually like adventure type of books where you'd be following characters, and then you would pick like the move of the character. So it would be like, he jumps off the cliff to save his friend, turn to page 16, or
I never read
he
one
turned
of them.
around and got back in the car, turned to page 20 for it.
Did you ever like go back and like pick a different?
Yeah, I
You
go,
Probably
"Oh,
read both.
no."
Probably read both
Yeah.
of them at the same time.
Right.
No, I would stay true to it, but I think at the end I'd be like, what would have happened?
So you
if-"
go back. So you get 2 books in one, basically.
Yeah, essentially. Didn't Black Mirror try to do something like that? Where it was
They
like
did a movie like that.
Was it cool?
It was all right. I mean, you could pick. Something happen and be like, you can pick what you want the character to do, and if he does this,
Right. So yeah, choose
yeah,
your own
same
adventure.
thing. Yeah.
I might have to get into that.
You was a kid.
Yeah. What about you? Dr. Seuss?
Goosebumps for sure. Little Sam I Am, Green Eggs and Ham.
Oh, The Places You Will Go is a classic Dr. Seuss book. And then
Curious George.
oh yeah, Curious George. That was good stuff. Paddington.
Yep, Paddington.
And,
I used to always love the poems, like Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Oh, those were good.
What was the author? It was horrible.
Silver.
I don't remember.
Look that up.
I don't know.
Where the Sidewalk Ends. Those were, yeah.
Oh, and
Those
Where's
were dope.
Waldo?
Oh, yeah.
Although there was no words in that.
Didn't have to be looking like a motherfucker for his ass.
Shel Silverstein.
Shel Silverstein.
Like,
I was
where
almost there.
I'd be mad as hell sometimes.
I liked Where's Waldo, but I also liked the I Spy
He
books.
laughing, bro.
He said I didn't have to. I was looking like a motherfucker.
She couldn't find him, bro.
That and the I Spy books. Do you guys remember that? Where it's like,
Yeah, I Spy was.
that was cool because it had just like a picture of like a scene. Maybe it was like a bunch of different
like
objects on a
photographs,
table. They were
though,
real
almost,
photographs, yeah. And you had to find certain objects.
Oh, I ain't
and,
had that.
Oh, we gotta get
It
you
wasn't
one
as
of those,
good. It
Reggie.
wasn't as-
I named all the children's books I had.
It wasn't as good as Waldo, though.
No,
I didn't
no.
think.
Where's Waldo? Is always
You
the best.
forgot about
was
Waldo,
dope.
huh?
I did.
It was still a book.
I got
it
a
just
bar.
wasn't. You're right. It wasn't no reading, but
Yeah.
I got a bar that says, I draw crowds like Where's Waldo. Like I created Where's Waldo. I draw crowds like I created Where's
yeah,
Waldo.
that's hard. Waldo is my guy. I was watching Family Guy the other day, and they did a skit on Waldo, and they was talking about they found him dead in his apartment on Family Guy, and the police chief was like, instead of asking where's Waldo, you should have asked him how he was doing or something.
What the fuck? It was one of those quick cutaways that they do. Yeah.
Like, instead of asking where's Waldo, you should ask how he was doing. Well, they had the yellow tape outside the apartment and everything.
He just wanted somebody to know how he was
He
doing.
was dead, bro.
Shit.
Where's Waldo? How do we give him children?
I don't know. This is what happens. It's the beauty of it. So no SmackDowns for you.
No.
All right. So high fives.
High five. High fives for friendship.
High five. Oh, well. There we go.
The soundboard, man.
The soundboard may have fucked the episode last week.
It could have.
So I had to re-save everything on a different hard drive and shit. So maybe that's why it's acting
That's all right.
wonky.
My high five is, I guess, how do I say this? Would it be the Minneapolis courts? I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it would be them. Convicting.
High five for justice.
I don't even want to say his name.
Somewhat.
Convicting that guy for the murder of George Floyd.
Yeah. Let's keep it at that.
That's my high five. I think it's a big step in the right direction. Something that Trav said, though, about us celebrating something like that, though, it shouldn't be like that. Like, it should be a norm.
Right. It should be
But
expected.
It should be expected. But, we have to start somewhere. And
It's a start.
I think that was a big start. I think maybe even 2 years ago, that wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not 5 years ago. He would have for sure went home, would probably paid leave or something. But I see a lot of people posting like, yeah, he got 22 years. He'll be out in 11 or 15 for good behavior.
Yeah, I didn't see people saying that, but I was thinking it.
No, I saw people
But
post that. Yeah, it's possible he will. But he got justice was served.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my
like you said years ago.
Yeah, that's my high five.
Years ago, people would be, getting off from, Well, staying in that same vein, my high five goes to Carmelo Anthony, who was just awarded with the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Social Justice Champion Award. Yeah, the soundboard is off today, but high five to Carmelo Anthony. He's done a lot with social justice, started a social change fund, which was an investment to address the social and economic issues facing Black communities, including voting, housing, education. He also started up a couple initiatives that focus on content creation, fashion, art, design. So he's done a lot. There were five finalists, and I can't remember the other guys that were in there, but I saw the segment about it the other day, and so this was the first time that this award was. I think it was just created with. I don't know if it was by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but shout out to both of those guys, Kareem and Melo. So high five. My other high five goes to my co-host here, who's probably
me.
Look at him, yeah.
For what? What I do?
He probably don't even want to talk about it.
What I do?
But don't you got some news?
No.
Your knee? You back on the court?
Yeah, I got back on the floor. That's my high five.
Well, isn't it deeper than that?
What, me getting back playing?
Yeah, where you playing?
Nowhere right now.
You not?
Oh, you talking to TBT?
Yeah.
Why you gotta be so...
Why? See,
no, because he caught me off guard. I didn't know he was...
That's why I had to give him the high five, because I knew he wouldn't bring it up.
No, I didn't even mention it.
It's great. My man is back on the court.
Yeah,
he's working out.
I'm going to shoot my shot.
And he's playing in the TBT tournament.
I'm literally going to shoot my shot. Yeah, I'm playing in TBT this year with, we got a team called Bleed Virginia. We in the West Virginia region. We actually played July 17th weekend. First game was against a D2 team. I think it's made up of all Division II players. And then if we win, I'm assuming we'll play West Virginia alumni, which is full of West Virginia Mountaineers alumni players, which would, every game is obviously going to be tough because people want that money.
Right.
But that right there I would guess would be our toughest game in that region that we're playing in. I'm sure that would be our toughest game.
So the winner gets $1 million, right?
Yeah, you split a meal ticket. Split a whole chicken.
That's dope.
But yeah, man, it'd be my first time shooting ball in a long time. Specifically, probably an organized game in about a year. No, since I was in Korea. And that was
so that's
March 20.
Over a year.
That was March 2020.
A little bit
so
over a year.
Over a year. First time I played like organized referee basketball.
How you feeling in the gym?
I felt good. I played pickup the first time Monday. So the way we play around here, we call it 4 hot. So like basically the first person on the court to get registered 4 wins. That's pretty much it for the day. So it kind of makes guys
play harder.
Yeah, because it's not like we're about to be out here playing 10 games.
Right.
Like, okay, I won 4 straight. Y'all can play another one, but
I'm out.
I'm out. And they might, normally you might play like 1 or 2 after that, but those don't mean nothing anymore.
So were you the first guy on the court?
When?
On Monday?
I got 3. I got 3.5. I had to take a break. I kind of tweaked something. Nothing too serious. It's just from not playing for so long. So I got 3.5 wins. Something light work. Hit a game winner or 2. Get some guys off the court.
That's what I'm scared about. I want to play so bad again, but it's been over a year.
Yeah,
so I want to start slow. I want to go play with like old men, old 40-year-old dudes. That's just,
that's probably what I should have did. I just jumped on the.
I can't get out there with the young boys right away.
Yeah, I jumped in with lions and hyenas on Monday, but it was like I didn't miss a beat.
That's
like
good.
I just came out. I was killing.
And sometimes it's good to just baptism by fire. Just jump in there.
Yes, yeah. So I tweaked my quad, but that's because my surgically repaired leg is still weak, and I kind of overdid it. Like it was fatigue. But
did you ice it?
No, I've been Norman teching, and
did you do yoga?
I'm starting on the 1st. Start my yoga session.
I feel like
I'm gonna let this calm down just a little bit.
I feel like you were a player that was bad about getting treatment. I don't know why you give me. I
got treatment when I need because I was the player.
Like trainers would be mad at you.
I was the player that get treatment when it was needed and not
like preventative. Like, bro,
so all you young ones, if you play ball, just go in there every day. Don't matter if they say what's wrong. Just say nothing. Just say I'm fine. Just preventative stuff. Do whatever you do for preventing injuries.
I learned over time, bro. Like by my probably my junior year, my senior year, I knew every day starting in camp, I got in that fucking tub.
I would do the cold tub.
Yeah, okay.
But what I should have been doing was letting the trainers stretch me and just doing stem. If anything was slightly sore, I should have just got it done. You know, even if I felt good, I should have just.
But see,
little stuff.
In football, like it's such a double standard. I feel like because coaches want you to get treatment, they want you to take care of yourself, but then you'll get shit from coaches who come in and say you can't make the club in the tub.
Yeah, you can't
make the club in the tub.
Yeah, you also can't make the club if your ass can't walk.
Right. So it's like, what do you want me to do? I hate it when coaches would say that. It's like, what the fuck? You think I'm trying to get out of practice or something? I'm just in here so I don't have to miss practice. Can't make the club in the tub.
Practice?
Are we talking about practice?
And that's kind of like how now we are with just lifting. So like now that we're older, we realize how important it is to warm up. I don't always cool down, but like stretch.
I didn't stretch.
Yeah, and that's what happened
like
Monday.
Young,
I didn't stretch before I played.
Yeah, see?
But I jumped on the court and I was like,
you were feeling good.
Man, I ain't felt that good since I was about 25.
Yeah.
But
yeah. When you're young, you just can do anything. You can jump right in and work out and you're good. The older you get,
you can still do it, but you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
You gonna pay.
You ain't gonna just walk off like the next morning it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up with I guess you out now because you like playing professionally again and shit.
What's up with the what?
Flag team? We were supposed to play flag football.
I ain't. Have I left? It's in the fall.
So it's in the fall.
Yeah.
It starts in August.
September.
September.
I don't know if
okay.
I'm just playing in the TBT.
Okay.
I don't know where I'm gonna be at in the fall. If the TBT goes well, and I play well, and do what I do, and score points, and I may see what's out there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why not? Why not?
Too,
right?
Yeah.
You know. But it's not like I ain't gonna do it like one game and be like, yo, I'm trying to go play in. Like I think I probably need to get about 3 or 4 games in the TBT before.
Right. How'd you get in with the West Virginia squad?
Well, man, it's a Virginia team. We're just in the West Virginia region.
Oh, got you.
So, I mean, if it goes well, I'm kind of using the TBT as just a measuring stick to see where I'm at.
Yeah.
And if it don't, then we playing co-ed football. I'm in Philly's Creek.
Let's get it.
I'm all-time QB.
Let's get it, man. That's so
safety,
funny.
And safety.
And safety. You just sitting back there hawking.
Yeah. So I play wide receiver a little bit when we need jump balls or something. But
yeah, because we're going to have like other quarterbacks on the team too.
Who?
My brother.
Nah,
Nasty
that's my squad. It's
your squad. I already told him that. I already told them both that.
I'm playing like, QB,
Reggie's
bro.
Gotta be the quarterback.
Nah, I don't mind giving up the
He's
QB.
He's gonna be fucking throwing lasers at a 5-yard stop route.
Oh, I will. I do throw lasers.
But like, I feel like you're gonna, like a little hitch. a fucking jailbreak screen, you're gonna take your receiver's head off.
Bro, you ain't
Just
been out
flip
there.
it.
You haven't
Just
been out.
flip
No,
it.
you haven't been out there. They be sitting. They be on it. I know it's not the football you play, and I'm not comparing. I'm not comparing it to that, but it's a little different when it's like because nobody's running like real routes, right? And then it's like nobody's really blitzing you. It's like 4 people blitzing you, so everybody's just covered, and it's just congested. So you just kind of like trying to find somebody open.
Do you scramble a lot?
I didn't because I had the knee thing,
right.
so I was chilling. But you can,
Right.
but it's a little harder than it seems.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the most difficult thing, but it's a little bit harder because it's not a lot of space.
No, it is, and it's. I feel like there are more challenges with the co-ed flag too. Who are the linemen usually girls?
Where you just usually have like a girl or a dude, they just hike
with
it.
their hands behind their back.
No blocking. They hike it and then everybody goes.
Oh.
So you've got like 8 people on the field.
Oh wow, that's real congested.
8 on 8.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, who the hell am I throwing it to?
Right.
And then you got some guys like just sitting in the zone, just waiting for you to throw it to that one person.
Yeah,
They're going to
it's
get
like
that.
backyard football. Okay. Yeah, I've never played.
So
like
you
that.
looking and you like, people like, I'm open. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, no shit. There's
No.
80 y'all out there.
No, it's like your receiver be like, I was open. And I'm like, bro, listen to me. There's literally somebody right behind you that you can't see. Like if I throw it, he's gonna break on that and we're gonna turn it over.
I never did that shit.
What?
Guilted the quarterback after being open. Like, yo, hit me. You missed me. I mean, sometimes, like, I get it. If you're like, if you're the number one and you gotta.
Well, there ain't no number ones.
Yeah. All right.
Everybody just want to be involved because they pay their money and you don't want to just be out there for nothing. We had one dude, I threw him a joint straight. I did throw it kind of. I threw it kind of hard.
The slant?
Nah, I ain't lobbed that bitch. I had that bitch on a string. It was on a rope. And he went to catch it. I did throw it too hard. And he missed everything. And it was a perfect spiral. And the pointer hit him smack dead in his chest. Bounced.
Pick?
I thought it was going to be a pick.
What kind of route was it? How far was it?
Well, he ran down, he turned around, came back. Boom. I was like, oh shit, my bad.
I mean, was it 10 yards, 15 yards?
I don't know, I can't count that shit. It was about 10, probably about 10.
And he was running towards you like a
Well, he
quarterback?
came and stopped, and he was open. So I ain't throw it because he can't really catch.
But clearly, that was my next
I
thing.
put
Who
too
you
much.
got on
I
your
put some
team?
heat on it though. I put some heat on it.
You got to know your personnel.
Yeah, but he was, I try to show him a little love. But yeah, we play. Y'all can play quarterback. I don't mind.
I ain't playing quarterback.
What Nat can play.
Yeah, he might get out there and do his little sidearm.
That's fine. I don't drop shit, so I catch everything.
That's what we need.
Everything. I got hands.
You use gloves?
Ain't nobody throwing it that damn hard.
No, it's not because of
We
that.
ain't got no Brett Favre's out here breaking fingers
No, that's not
40
why-
yards down the field.
That's not why you wear gloves. It gives you an advantage.
Man, I wear running. I don't even wear cleats. I wear running. I wear Prestos. I'm that
You
guy.
told me that.
I'm that guy.
Man, I never wore gloves until my senior year in high school because the gloves started getting really good. The cutters, have you ever put on cutters gloves?
I never put on
They still
football
make them,
gloves.
but you gotta, oh my God, yo. When cutters came out, it felt like cheating, bro. You just stick your hand out. That's what it felt like.
What was that movie, bro?
Little Giants?
Nope. I'm not going to even mention it. You guys check out our clip of the weeks on our Instagram page. Follow us at Synonymous Podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
You'll see it there. We talk about these cutters.
Yeah, the cutters, man. And then I randomly remembered this the other day. This was so stupid. So I was also the long snapper. So we scored a touchdown. I'm getting ready to snap the PAT. And then they're like, we're going for 2. And they were calling a play for me. So I get somebody on the sideline, yo, throw me them gloves back. I would always throw my gloves to like one of the special teams guys or something. So it was a time. Then they called a timeout because they're like, oh, they're going for 2 now. We got to get our personnel on. And it was like a big obvious thing where they're like, yeah, your gloves. And then the dudes on defense is like, yo, watch 90, watch 90. And then
Right.
damn sure they snuffed it out. I don't know if it was like a delay play action or like a tight end screen, but they was all over me, dog. It was like, and we did not get the 2-point conversion. And that's because and I'm thinking like, yo, I never wore gloves. Like I don't need the gloves, but I don't know. It became a comfort thing, I feel like. And because it felt like an unfair advantage, bro. You know, like I said, the fresh cutters. If y'all know about the cutters,
Hey, hype about these cutters.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna get you a pair.
I don't want them
when we play.
You know,
You're gonna be out there playing quarterback with the cutters. I never got that. The quarterback that wore 2 gloves.
I don't know. I think my fingers is pretty. I got fucked up fingers, so these motherfuckers catch
Yeah, they're already formed to catch.
Yeah, they
ball.
already
the way
fucked
the top
up.
is bent.
Yeah, they already fucked up. Like I played football my whole life, so
yeah, my knuckles are all fucked up.
yeah, but your shits ain't like.
They're not like that.
I got cut right there.
You got
Noticing shit I ain't never
You got to do
seen.
yoga to fix those hands.
You can't, man. You hear them cracking? The cutters. All right.
Cutters, man.
What's something in
the cheat
basketball
code.
that people? Oh, like orthotics.
Oh, I had
A lot of
orthotics.
basketball players wear orthotics.
That was a game
I
changer
probably
for
should
me
have
too.
wore orthotics. I didn't wear them.
Yeah, because I had the high arches, and so I would always have problems with the ball of my feet, and sometimes the arch. I got orthotics made, knocked it out. Never had another issue with that.
Yeah, I just had little stupid injuries. Those nagging ones that never go away.
Knee shit.
Knee, groin, hamstring.
Groin is not a fun one, yo. Hamstring's not a fun one either because those linger for so long.
Yeah, those.
Speaking of injuries, let's get into the NBA.
Oh,
We've got the Hawks and the Bucks
okay.
riddled with injuries right now. So,
Really, just 2?
But I know.
It's not even
It's not-
riddled
it's not
with.
riddled.
It's just 2. It just
just
happens to be the
sounded
2
good.
superstars on each team.
It just sounded good to say that.
You couldn't have told me
Really?
that Milwaukee was gonna lose to Atlanta without Trae Young.
And it's not even like if you didn't watch the game and you just see, oh, Giannis got hurt, so that's why they won. That was not the case. They
No,
were
they was
going to
losing
win
the whole game.
They was losing the whole game.
Milwaukee was losing the whole game.
Giannis wasn't doing much at all. I don't know, bro. I feel like he seemed kind of out of it. Like
Maybe he was hurting. He might
Maybe,
be playing
but-
with an injury. that
maybe,
we don't know
but
about.
I feel like that injury was just a freak thing that happened.
No, maybe something else was bothering him
Right.
that he just didn't.
Maybe. Or maybe he was in his head about
Or maybe the adjustments that Atlanta made were pretty good.
I feel like Atlanta was scrappy on defense last night. Atlanta was getting after it.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't see the game?
I was watching. I caught some of it,
I
but
turned it off at the end of the 4th, but it was over.
because I checked the score early, I was out. Where was I at? I was at the park shooting around outside, and so I just checked the score. I was like, "Oh shit!" And then when I got home and showered and checked the score again, I was like, "Man, I'm not turning this shit on.
Yeah, it was.
It's over." Yeah, I was at the park. I took it back to the roots last night. Shooting around at the playground.
I might go do that today.
So who you got,
Some
Bucks or
shots up.
Hawks?
Bro, I can't call either of these series.
think-
And now with Trae Young out and Giannis, I don't know what the diagnosis of his injury was, but it did not look good.
Giannis
he
hyperextended.
He
his knee.
hyperextended it pretty bad. So something could be torn in there.
That's what you gotta wait for.
Yeah.
Wait to see if something's torn.
and-
I don't think so though. He walked off and came back. So I think he's gonna be more or less sore than anything.
I don't think he plays the next game.
I mean, I wouldn't play him if I was Budenholzer. You can take a 2-2. We could take that. Was it 2-2?
Yeah, it's 2-2 right now.
You miss
so
one. You bring them. Y'all make. If you go down 3-2, you bring them back. Then you got to be smart.
Yeah, it's with both of them out. It's just I don't know. It's exciting though because then it's like who's gonna step up? You know, for Milwaukee, Chris Middleton has been balling. I don't know what he did last night as far as how many points he scored, but he went crazy in Game 3. on almost 40. And then for the Hawks, you got Capella. Herder was putting up some buckets.
Hey.
Herder's game is nice.
Herder finna get paid.
Yeah.
He's about to get... Bogdanovich went crazy last night. Yeah, what, 20?
Bogdan.
Lou Will went crazy last night.
You hear Charles Barkley say, no, I don't think they should start Lou Williams. I think they should start Jeff Teague.
He wasn't serious.
He was dead ass serious. Shaq said, "You big dummy."
Jeff Teague played for Milwaukee.
Yeah, and they tried to like let him recover, so it was just silent. And Ernie was like, "He doesn't play for the Atlanta Hawks."
Oh my God!
And he's like, "Not him. I wouldn't start Lou Williams." And he's trying to think of another guard, and they're like, "Who, Charles? Who, Chuck? What are you talking about,
The
Chuck?"
only other guard they had, they got Brandon Goodwin on Atlanta, Lou Williams, and they got Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn was actually a top 5 pick. And
Right. Yeah, that Kenny ran through those names and
Oh, he did?
Yeah, but he's just like, you can't start those guys.
You got to go Lou Will.
Yeah, Chuck's point was that he's more impactful coming off the bench, but when you don't have that luxury, you don't have that option anymore. So yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah, but Giannis.
They had enough. Because Cam Reddish stepped up. He had 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't played all year. So he stepped up for them.
Yeah, so Giannis, man, I don't know, man. So I asked you this before on the pod about, you said you've airballed the free throw before in an NBA game. Or did you?
No.
No? Okay.
I shot a brick before, man.
Okay.
I ain't airball.
Okay.
I'll shoot a brick before I airball, leave a free throw short. You'll hear a big thump off the
So yeah,
backboard.
that's cool. That's fine. Just, I mean, it's not cool, but it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically what I was getting at. Is that acceptable as an NBA player to air and an elite, top player in the league airballing free throws? Is that acceptable?
I personally don't think it's acceptable. Now shit happens. Let's not get it twisted. But I personally don't think it's acceptable to be hit airballing free throws.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's worst case, just shoot it. If I was him, I'd just shoot it long.
Shoot the
every
back.
time.
Yeah.
Just shoot it. Like he's thinking too much.
Yeah.
And another reason that he leans back. So he's leaning away from the rim when he shoots. He needs to go towards the rim.
Looking.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't 100% free throw shooter, but fuck.
But he airballed 2 in a row last night. And, when they're playing in Atlanta, how he's been using up every bit of 10 seconds.
Yeah, he uses
and
15,
sometimes
13
more.
to 15.
And they never call it, though. It's crazy.
They need to. Because they call it on anybody else.
I know. But the whole arena is just counting.
Yeah. They was doing that in Brooklyn.
And it's just like...
James Harden, did you see when James Harden got mad?
When they didn't call it, right?
It was in Brooklyn.
Yeah, he's like...
He like smacked his leg. He went like this and turned around. It was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But
it was like 13 seconds in.
Yeah, I feel like he's got to change that routine. But yeah, I think he's just in his head a little bit, man. And then he airballed a 3-pointer after that. But he seemed off last night, and he wasn't just like, before he got hurt, he wasn't kind of taking over and just driving to the rack. And I'll pose another question to you. So you said that Giannis, to kind of take it to the next level, he's got to develop a 3-point shot, right?
Just a jumper in general. If he could get to a little pull-up, if he could add a little mid-range pull-up, obviously a 3-point shot, which he shoots. So I will say this in his defense. Unlike Ben Simmons, Giannis ain't scared to shoot the 3, whether he airballs or what.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna shoot it because he know he gonna hit one. But you're not gonna get good at it unless you're doing it in those situations.
Right.
And I know they always say, Giannis, just drive, stop shooting threes. But like, he gotta get better. Like that, him hitting that is going. Even if he doesn't hit it all the time, there's a game. It might be game 7 where he is hitting it. Now they gotta come out and guard him, and he's just gonna go downhill. But,
So my question to you is, do you think it would be as equally effective if he developed more of a post game back to the hoop, you know, because we know he's most comfortable coming downhill on guys. But like, imagine that, because he's so big, he's so physical. Imagine if he developed that. Like,
so he does have a post game.
But
it's not like a LaMarcus Aldridge,
right?
Carmelo Anthony,
right?
Post game,
right?
It's more of a, you know, sometimes he'll get you in the post, back you down, a little jump hook. Sometimes he'll get you in the post, face up. He might hit you a little fadeaway or something. It's just not as consistent as those guys. But that's one thing I like about Giannis, because you can see what he's working on and developing. Like, okay, he might not have the strongest post game, but he doesn't shy away from using it in the game. Obviously, he works on it outside of the game, so he's going to take what he works on and bring it to the game.
Right.
Same with his three-point shot. Yeah, he don't shoot 40%, but how many people do, right? But at least he takes them.
Yeah. Yeah. Last week, that was on my list of things to talk about Ben Simmons, because the world was mad at
Ben won't even take a
layup, a dunk. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what. And then he was like, I'm not playing in the Olympics. No, you need to play in the Olympics, man. You need to get that high-level basketball. Also, the European game, because that's mostly who you're going to play against, Europeans, is different from in the NBA. So you might want to take and get another perspective and see another form of basketball that may help you next year in the playoffs. Point. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you seeing spacing, you seeing in Europe, okay, I can't get to this like I get in the NBA. I get here, so I need to work on getting to this shot right here, which will help me become a better player and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think he should play in the Olympics. I don't think him sitting out the Olympics to work and develop on his game is the best move.
Right, because that's just, right now, to me, it looks like more of he's in his head type of thing. And I think that's another reason why it would be important to play in the Olympics. You're around guys, you're in that competition. Otherwise, you're in the gym just thinking about your last game, which might not be healthy.
I think he needs to play. That basketball is different. It's not what you see in America. It's way different.
And that helps you develop your game, you'd say.
Well, yeah,
right?
I think it's on a bunch of levels. For one, he's going to have to shoot the jumper. Two, he's going to have to use his IQ. He already passes well. He defends well. And then it's playing for your country. Like, the stakes are higher.
Right.
Like, this ain't NBA regular season or going for the championship, which is a big deal. This is going for
right. It's a huge honor too.
Yeah.
Man.
Like, bro, you don't get these opportunities.
Right.
I just think he should take it, the opportunity. I think he's so young too. I think this high level of competition would really help him, especially in his development as becoming a better
24,
player. Something like that. Yeah. I think it'll help him in his development to become a better player.
Yeah. Maybe he's taking what Doc said literally after the game. He needs to get in the gym.
And no damn Doc.
I don't think it's a gym thing, man. I don't know. I think he's a very talented player already. I just think whatever else I think he's in his own way.
I do too.
But what'd you think about what Embiid, the way Embiid kind of answered that question in the post game when they asked, I guess they said, what was the turning point when you realized that essentially your season was over or whatever? And he was like, I don't know how to say this, but when we passed up an open shot, and he blamed him without calling his name.
Well, he wasn't. He didn't want to throw him under the bus, but
he did. That's what he pumped the brakes, and then he was like, "Nah, get your ass under the bus."
Well, you asked him, what did you think was the turning point? What you want?
Okay, let's do a little exercise here.
Let's do it.
All right, Reggie Williams, you're in Joel Embiid's situation, okay?
All right.
Okay, Reggie, what was the turning point in the game where you realized that your season was potentially over and all of your postseason goals, dreams, and aspirations were over?
When we blew a 20-point lead.
Bullshit. Give me really what you would. Come on now. Let's start that again. Okay. Open scene, action. Reggie Williams. Reggie Williams from VMI. Reggie Williams from Petersburg. Reggie Williams from Prince George. Okay, so what was the turning point in the unfortunate ending of your season?
When we blew a 20-point lead and we didn't make any adjustments on defense to stop the run.
That's really what you would say?
Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
And see, but I mean, even that's good. I thought you would be you go a little more humble, a little more, but that's still
But who did I just throw under the bus?
You did your coach. You said when you didn't make adjustments, which, yeah, I don't even think you would do that though, bro. I think you would just be like,
I would.
I'd
probably just be like, it's just unfortunate. I mean, we had it and, we didn't make some big plays or get key stops down the stretch and it cost us the game. But
that's the Reggie. That's the one I was going for.
You have to just go back, watch the film, see what we can improve for next season, and come back stronger.
Boom. There you go. It's about the team, nothing specific. You know as well as I know, you never have to answer those questions directly, bro. You can always just say, well, we got work to do in the offseason, and it's unfortunate to go out this way, but I'm looking forward to the future ahead. I think this team has a lot of promise. Some shit like that. It's just like it doesn't have to even. You don't have to say, "Oh."
No, you're right. And we didn't make adjustments.
Yeah, you're right. And just throw that one jab out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't make adjustments.
All right. Well, let's look at speaking of adjustments. Ty Lue has been getting a lot of love for his coaching. Let's look at this Suns versus Clip series right now. So when y'all listen to this, there will be another game played. But right now, the Suns are up 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
Game, what's that? The last game, that would be game 5. Playoff P.
Mm-hmm.
Actually looking like playoff P.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the first time it could be valid to call him playoff P?
No. Since when? Since Indiana?
No, I guess post Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since Indiana, yeah.
Because he had some playoff P in Indiana.
Yeah, he had a lot of
right.
He was a fucking monster.
Yeah, but was he a fucking monster the other night? 41. Crazy. He took over.
Yeah.
And they still no Kawhi.
No Kawhi.
What's the update on Kawhi? Will he be back, do you think?
No. Maybe if they go to the finals, but they never disclosed what the injury is, actually.
Yeah,
that's why. It was like, I haven't. Maybe they have and I missed it, but I haven't seen anything saying it was like maybe a sprain knee or...
They did it like a hockey injury report. Lower body.
Yeah, it's just saying he hurt.
Upper body.
And every day it's just like Kawhi will not play this game.
Right.
Like, what's going on? Like, so is it more serious than... Like, I just don't know, bro.
Yeah. So does that put it all on playoff P?
Yeah, but the thing about playoff P is that there are really... There's no expectations for him. So, like Kevin Durant, you expect him to, even without a Kyrie and James, you kind of expect him to lead Brooklyn still, right?
Which he did.
But he didn't. So
He didn't seal the deal.
So he didn't.
I didn't like that last shot that he took in overtime.
Right. And I'm not like.
But I feel like he took that shot because that's the one he made to end regulation.
He took that shot because they clamped his ass. He couldn't get to his spot. All he wanted was a 1-2 dribble pull up.
Yeah.
And PJ Tucker was all over that shit. Like, you're not getting to this shit. Mm-hmm. So he had to take that shot. It was just good defense.
Yeah.
So, as well as KD played, like, he still did, there was an expectation because it's always like, can KD lead a team by himself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which he has never done. So this was like a chance to show I can do that. Like, we've seen James Harden lead Houston.
So does that almost negate everything he did in the playoffs? I mean, those amazing historic performances.
The biggest game for his playoff performance was the game he had.
It was like 2 games before that, or when he scored like
50 or something.
Yeah.
That was the biggest one because that's the game after Kyrie got hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but it also helped that James came back because although he was hurt, he's still a threat.
Yeah.
When Kawhi went down, they just was like, it's over for the Clippers.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's thinking like Paul George is about to, is this going to define Paul? Like, nobody's thinking that, right? He didn't have the same pressure.
I don't know. I don't think I agree with that, man. I think people are thinking that because who else?
I don't think the people were thinking that. I just think that for him, it's like, how well do you compliment Kawhi? But that's where the pressure comes.
Yeah, but now there's no Kawhi. So now it's like...
I understand. So when Kawhi went out, I think everybody just wrote the Clippers off.
Oh, so you feel like he is in a win-win. Because if they don't make it happen, he was just Kawhi's Robin.
If they don't go to the finals, nobody's going to say Paul George didn't step up. It's going to be... The Clips just blew it again.
The only reason why I disagree with that is because of the playoff P thing, which you said before.
Yeah, but he gave himself that nickname. That's why nobody
really
like. Paul George is a phenomenal player.
Oh yeah,
but you can't give yourself a nickname,
right?
And then you gave it to yourself and haven't lived up to it,
right?
So nobody's really taking it
serious. So okay,
yeah, it's like
point.
So the Clippers are a championship contending team because of Kawhi Leonard in people's minds. Yeah, they got Paul George, but it's Kawhi Leonard.
Yes,
Kawhi Leonard gets hurt immediately. What do you hear? It's over for the Clips run.
It's Paul George's time.
Oh, it's Paul George going to step up? Like. Yeah, you might have a few. You might have a few outlets say, but come on, the general public is not like. Everybody has Phoenix going to the finals. As soon as Kawhi got hurt, everybody said Phoenix is going to the finals.
What do you think?
I'm sticking by what I said.
Clip.
I honestly think the Clips could be. I mean, obviously they're not 3-2, but Paul George makes 2 free throws in Game 2. This series is 3-2 Clippers with a chance to close it out tonight in LA.
Game 2 was the inbound alley-oop finish, right? Crazy. That was one of the craziest finishes I've ever seen.
Paul George missed 2 free throws, and they lost by 1 point. So if he makes both those free throws, they still win the game, right? Because the Suns would have needed a 3. So either they make the 3, we go into overtime, but the chances are with what was on the clock?
0.7, 0.6, something.
Yeah, they wasn't going to hit that shit.
Crazy that worked, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't think the expectation is on Paul George the way it was on Kevin Durant.
I think that's fair. I agree with that. But so I would love to see him step up and get it done and continue to play the way he played in Game 5. That would be sweet. I just remembered
the pressure in this series now is on Chris Paul. That's where the pressure lies.
You think so?
I know so.
Why on Chris Paul? And
You win 2 games without him. He comes back, y'all are 1-1. Cool. Chance to close it tonight, cool. But it's more for Chris Paul's legacy. Chris Paul loses and they come back from they lose a 3-1 deficit. Oh, he's gonna get roasted. Yeah. They are going to obliterate Chris Paul.
Right. I don't think that's fair though. At this point in his career, I mean, he knows it's Devin Booker's show, you know?
Yeah, but he's
still CP3, that's what you're saying? Like,
it's for his legacy.
Yeah.
He can't lose this series. He can lose the finals, but he can't lose this series.
Right.
He just can't.
So, speaking of Chris Paul, this was one that
And Ty Lue becomes one of the greatest coaches if they come back from his joint.
Yeah. This was one that I was considering on my SmackDown.
Okay.
Did you see the play when Patrick Beverly was getting over the screen and Chris Paul kind of pulled up and like jumped into him?
Yeah.
And they ended up calling that a flagrant foul?
Yeah, because the angle Pat Bev took wasn't to take Chris Paul out. I didn't think it was a dirty play.
No, it wasn't.
He got over the screen and tried to beat him to the spot.
He was just getting over a screen.
Yeah, but he didn't get over it and run into him. He got over it and then went to try to beat him to a spot.
Yeah.
So he wasn't even going towards Chris Paul. He was going away.
But Chris Paul jumped into him, and
I didn't think it was a dirty play.
No, it wasn't. So I don't know if my SmackDown wouldn't have gone to Chris Paul, but more so the officiating. And the other thing that I just can't stand is all of these foul reviews. Why are we reviewing all these fouls for flagrants and shit? It was a crazy one last night. It was just it was a hard foul. Oh, I forget who it was called on, but there was a pump fake. It was in the paint, right under the basket. Pump fake, defender went up, so you know now it's like, oh fuck, he's coming back. He's gonna jump into me. It's gonna be a foul, and so he just followed through on it, came down, and you know it was a mildly hard foul.
A playoff foul.
Yeah, it was a playoff foul, and they reviewed that shit for a flagrant, and I'm like, yo, what? When did this rule change? Like,
yeah.
What is it? And it slows the game down. You gotta go look at the video. It's just so.
It's whack.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just think it's
whack.
I mean, it's what the game's come to now.
That's that diva shit.
What do you think about LeBron saying that all these injuries are the NBA's fault?
In what way?
Saying I guess they came back too fast from the bubble.
I don't know.
The season ended last year, and
it did seem like a quick turnaround. It really did. But the last year was a blur.
August. Right.
Yeah. So what? 4 months off? 5, 6?
So then they started again. November, December. They started December.
Yeah, they started on time when they usually do, because remember the Christmas games, they had all those. So
they started what, end of November or early December?
Early mid-December.
Was that when they started?
Yeah, I think so. So still, that was only 4 months.
Yeah. So what is he talking about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because normally season's in June.
Right. So
July,
look, we're here now.
August,
July.
September, and they start in October.
Yeah. So. I could be wrong. Maybe they started in November. Maybe but still, it's not that much of a difference. I don't know. I guess it sounds good.
But it doesn't make sense. I feel like they still had the same amount of time off.
Right. I mean, I think football
or maybe what he's saying, but they played less games this year too. They only played like 70 games.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just think it's unfortunate. It's crazy to see this, you know, in both of these series, you got your primetime players hurt. You got Kawhi's out, Trae Young's out.
Yeah, but like Trae Young's injury, he stepped on a referee's and Giannis's was just a basketball injury.
Yeah, it was.
And the same with
freak
LeBron.
play.
Like LeBron, you stepped on somebody's foot and rolled your ankle.
Yeah.
What are you talking?
Shit happens.
Kawhi, you got bumped by Joe Ingles and you stepped wrong.
Yeah.
So
it happens.
I don't
think it's.
understand.
Yeah. What did you think about?
I'm just trying to figure it out. Like I don't get what I just don't understand what he was saying by that.
I don't get it either. I think there's more of a case when that happens in football, especially now. There's more games. There's no preseason. We might see more injuries this year. There'd be a case to say that. But what do you think about this? Scottie Pippen calling Phil Jackson racist.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that?
Is it in his book or something?
Maybe. It sounds like a press run type shit.
Why call him racist?
Because the time he sat him for Kukoc.
And Kukoc hit the game when it shot.
Yeah. And
he didn't sit him. He just didn't draw the play for him.
Right. Okay. Was that what it was?
And he had Scotty inbounding the ball, and Scotty said, I ain't going back in because the play wasn't drawn up for him.
I didn't read into it a whole lot, but that just felt like a reach to me. What? Like, because one of your teammates they drew up the play for one of your teammates. How is that racist? I don't know, bro.
What?
Yeah.
Some stuff, man. You just gotta.
Yeah.
I don't think that's racist. I think the numbers, if they were using analytics at that time, which I'm not sure, or maybe Kukoc was hot.
Yeah.
Like that's just how
he hit the shot. He can hit the shot.
Right. That happened to me in college. I ain't Scottie Pippen, so let's clear that up. But I remember we played William and Mary, man. I'll never forget. We was playing Cornell University in the Ivy League. And I had 41 points and 17 rebounds. And we had a chance to win the game, last shot, called timeout. And coach didn't draw the play for me to shoot it. He had me inbounding the ball.
Who was it drawn up for?
For one of my teammates that missed that. I mean, he missed.
What was the play? Was y'all down 2?
I think it was down 2.
Okay.
1 or 2, but I couldn't believe that shit.
You were in the huddle like, really?
In my head, but you the coach.
How often were you the inbounder?
At VMI? I mean, we wasn't really in that many close games. I just vividly remember.
I mean, how many times, like when you had to draw up a play, like how many times did you throw the ball in?
Shit, I honestly don't know. I don't know, to be honest.
Okay. I was just wondering, like.
I know normally
because that is
on like an inbounds play, like within the game, I'm usually, or a side out, I'm usually taking it out, or the play is for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's one or the other. But I'm never like, I'm not gonna say never, but 95% of the time, I'm never just like a decoy or you run here, but we trying to get the ball here. Like normally, I'm involved somehow. Whether you trust me to make the pass to get it in or you need me to score.
Right.
Now, in the NBA, it was probably a little different. But I'm talking about like when I've been in Europe or college or something. In the NBA, no, like the Warriors, it was either for like Monte or Steph. Like when I was in Charlotte, it was like for Kemba or somebody or Boris Diaw or San Antonio.
Boris.
You know, different players like that. But like where teams where I've been like the guy, I either was trusted to get it in or it was for me.
Yeah. I was always the inbounder in high school.
But that's what people don't realize how.
No, it's very important. Yeah.
Yeah, you need somebody that can make a pass.
I hit a couple touchdown passes.
Yeah, you need somebody that can make a pass. You feel me? Like you can't just put anybody there.
Right.
So I mean that's a valid.
So maybe I mean that's why I asked that question.
Yeah, but for
maybe
that
value you there. I mean, you had 41. Like, dude. So did you think he was racist for that?
No. I just think he thought he was smarter than what he was.
He overthought it. He overcoached it.
Yeah, in that play, I think he thought he was smarter than what it was.
Yeah.
Like, that's black and white, bro. I mean, it happens. Coaches do it all the time, I think. But for that situation, just give me the ball.
Right.
And, you know, you live and die with it. I'm averaging 28 a game. Like, I got 41. We only got 78.
Right.
Like, bro,
Give me the damn
bro,
ball.
give me the ball. Like, you might as well just let it ride out with me, you know? When we need a bucket, you ain't have no problem telling the team to clear it out and run. You know the play. You know that 5-5. 5-5. Like, so, I don't know. I've coached, now that I've done a very minuscule, I've had a sample amount of coaching, I can see how tough it is for a coach. That's why I said when I did it, I was like, man, I need to apologize to like all my coaches in some capacity, because I get it. Like, it's not easy. Especially when I did, I didn't have a staff. Like, it was just me and 12 egos.
Well, that's tough.
Like, that.
Yeah.
Because when you got a staff, you can delegate some of the.
Yeah.
But if
That's
it's
not
you and
normal.
12 egos, how do you do it? How do you handle it? So I had to learn. And I ain't gonna say I did the best job, like, because I'm still a player. I was still a player at heart too. So I'm looking at it like, you got to put on your coach's cap, but you're still a player, so you like still want to have that camaraderie with the team and stuff, like a play, you know. And I was like, damn, I probably should call all my coaches and apologize for at least one thing. You know what I mean? Like, one. It's tough.
Like when you're going through the 12-step program, you gotta hit everybody up that you're wrong.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's tough, man. Like, your dad, I'm sure your dad's dealing with high school kids. So he dealing with like teenage love, and
oh my God.
not to mention he got his own family dealing with, plus 50 other kids and their families. Like,
yeah, I've heard
that shit is hard.
I've heard him say numerous times, like, man, sometimes I just wish I would give anything to just be an assistant coach again. Because an assistant coach, you just go out there, you get to fucking chop it up with your guys and choke, you know, it's like,
shit.
But, you know, he's got to deal with all the things that you said, plus parents, you know. In high school.
And not only the parents, he got to deal with his bosses, the school, because he's not the assistant, he's the head guy.
Right.
So all that shit falls on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
To be a head coach, you have to have a lot of intangibles that a lot of people don't have.
Man.
They can't do. It's tough.
And then in college, that head coaching job looks a little bit different. You're more so kind of just like the overseer and the delegator. And like all of my head coaches, they would have like one thing, like either they were, they were an offensive mind, so they would be more in the offensive meetings and things like that. But they didn't coach in the positions. They would, and some of my head coaches would run special teams, or that would be like their thing. But other than that, they're dealing with logistics and, motivating the group of guys and game planning and working with their staff. It wasn't like, it's not the same as a head coach in high school,
right?
Because my pops, he's basically like the offensive coordinator and the quarterback's coach, and he's doing all that other shit.
Right, he wears a lot of hats.
Yeah.
Like the team I was coaching, I was the head coach. Then I was quote unquote player development, because I would work the guys out. Then I was GM, kind of like, it's just, you wear so many hats.
You might not have had the best first taste. Yeah. Like his.
But then I was coaching grown men, so it was a semi-pro league, right? So then you dealing with, they got jobs and other stuff, or like, okay, I'm gonna make practice at this time at 6. All y'all get off work at 5. There's no reason y'all should be late.
That's crazy.
Then you're dealing with them being late, and then I just put little stuff in. I know y'all grown men, but I was like, fuck. I mean, my time is here too.
Right.
So like for each minute y'all late, or one person is late, we running for that shit. We was in good shape though. And they did good. They did a good job.
We might not be able to win a damn game this year, but we're going to be the best team at doing up downs in the conference.
They did a good job. They did a real good job. But it was just when you by yourself, you don't have a full staff.
You were doing everything. Like, and you were putting on the halftime shows by yourself. Like the game that I came to, you wrestled that grizzly bear.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They said don't help me when you see me fighting the bear. Help the bear. You know what I'm saying? Help the bear. So yeah, I beat the shit out that bear.
Spumoni. Oh man.
It's tough. It was a good experience though. It's a great experience, actually.
Would you want to be an assistant coach though, and just work on like positions?
Being a head coach. Okay. I think, like you said, if I had like,
it takes pressure off you. You get to focus on just the like
being a head coach.
No. When you're an assistant, you don't have as much pressure. You get to focus on your guys.
Not really. I mean, because if you're a specialist of an assistant, like in basketball, you might have an assistant that does defense.
Right, but that's so micro.
If your shit ain't working.
Right. Okay. So yes, when you're at a certain level, when you're at the professional level, everybody's on the hot seat. Yeah. But I feel like it would allow you to just zone in on one thing and really, really lock in and not have to deal with all the other shit. I mean, you don't really have to worry about,
But at a professional level, you ain't got to worry about parents and shit.
Right, but I'm thinking like the media and all of that stuff that
Imagine dealing with that shit every night.
I know.
Damn. Why did in your head you want to say, because this motherfucker ain't goddamn make no sense.
Right, in the game too. Like the NBA will do it while the play is going on. Yeah. In football, it'll be before you run in for halftime, and I'm just like, yo, I don't know how they do it.
So you just, like college too. Think about how many times Nick Saban and
it's hot, and they just catch him at the.
He be mad. He can't say what he want to say. But it's a great experience. Coaching is cool. I'm confident I could do it. I don't know at the height I could do it at. As far as being a head coach, I think I could do for sure like the semi-pro thing I did.
Yeah, but I wouldn't sell yourself short like that because
no, I'm just saying you just have to see like
but I think it's just like playing. I mean, it's not just like playing, but I'm saying you gotta work at it. You just gotta get more reps, more experience, but you have that experience at the professional level as a player, and you know how shit works. You know how franchise organizations work and all of that. So if that's the route you wanted to go, I think you could absolutely do that.
It's a lot of work though.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, man. That's the other thing.
It's not a lot of free time.
No, and if you have a relationship, wife, kids, whatever, bro.
You gotta understand.
It's a big sacrifice. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure in the professional level, film is a big part of it too, film study. But in football, I mean, that's all you do. Break down film, coming up with game plans and tendencies and all that stuff. Is there a division on the staff that just do analytics, like on the pro teams and stuff? So does that take some of that load off of the coaching staff? Did they just get briefed on like what these breakdowns are and shit like that? Like,
yeah, the analytics help. I mean, the analytics is what's gonna tell you who's shooting what from where. Driving this way, he's.
You still got to
5% more effective,
right.
Or, when they go in with this lineup, their plus minus on the court is this or that. This is the lineup that makes the runs because, they focus more on, it's different things that go into the analytics that they're telling you. But it helps when developing your defensive strategy and your offensive strategies for the game, right? When such and such is in the game, let's attack him. Players are scoring X amount on him per 36 or some shit, right? So per 36 minutes, he might give up 8 points, even though he only played 10 minutes a game.
Right.
So let's go at him, Let's try to exploit that. For us, that might be a mismatch. Like, okay, you're good at this, and he's on you. Let's do this, let's run this for you. Like, it's just a bunch of shit that helps. You know what I mean? The first thing I ever seen with analytics was that movie Moneyball. Remember that?
Moneyball, yeah.
And the A's won the World Series off of that shit or something like that.
It's a huge deal.
They built the team off all analytics. They built the team. And it took a while that season for it to click. And when they did, them bitches was rolling.
Yeah.
So it's a bit, it works. It works. But I'm old school too. I also like to look at people and be like, can he just play?
That's what I'm saying. Like, all that stuff is good, but I know most coaches are still in there just watching the film. You gotta see it. You gotta see it.
Right. Like, can he play? Like, does he have game? Can he just get it done?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that's what it just boils down to. Be honest with you. So, I don't know, man. Did you ever get into coaching?
Yeah, I thought about it. My brother tried to get me to coach this year, but I would love to, but...
At Ponix?
Mm-hmm. But I can't do everything. It's just like, it's too much going on right now. And I wouldn't want to half-ass that. I wouldn't want to be like the coach that's not there every day and that's not putting in the work with the other coaches in the film room and all of that. Like, if I'm going to coach, I'm going to coach. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's something to explore, but it's a good thing. Like I said, after doing it, I kind of respect the coaches more.
Mm-hmm. So, TBT, when does that start?
We start July 17th.
Let's go. July 17th.
Yeah.
What's it going to be on, ESPN?
I don't know if we on ESPN or not. I'm not sure.
I always enjoy that tournament. Do you like the way the fourth quarter works, or is it the second half?
I hate
fourth
that
quarter?
shit.
Where you got
the Elam?
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that shit.
As a player, I can understand why.
Yeah, because there's plenty of times where you've seen guys come back from 20-point deficits and things like that. You know what I mean? Right. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
That's just me, though.
I dig it, but glad you're back on the court.
You know, I appreciate it, Brody.
All right, well. I ain't got nothing else.
Well, fuck it.
Lincoln, what you got? Nothing.
Oh. All right. Well, that's been another episode of
Synonymous Podcast. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. And Instagram at Synonymous Podcast, where you will now find exclusive content, which will be our bars of the week and plays of the week. So that's going to be exclusively on the Instagram page. So make sure you follow us there. All right. Thanks for the love.
Peace and much love, as Lupe would say.
Peace and much love to you.
Hey, yo, Reaper, those kids out there seem mad thirsty. You got something for them to drink?
Yo, we could wet up 2 cups of blood.
Yeah, Cane is the name. Yo, 2 cup of blood from out the chalice. You don't want this violence. Phallus, Ben Wallace, rap malice at the palace. I be howling at the wax and gibbous. Masterclass, I'm in it. These rappers flagging, I'm Kaepernick and I'm back in business. Put some passion in it, can't copy this machine. Way too many facts is in it, make you run it back again and rewind selector. Each line is defined, I mean like a vector. My freestyle's a treasure, my A game is unique, my B-sides are better. Ingesting by the leader, all the sweet finest nectar. God mode, y'all know, you don't want no pride though. My ops, they avoid me in the streets like potholes. Knowing I deserve them, they don't want to give me my rose. But it never bothered me, cause you know what God knows. Yeah, and that's a factoid. Shining in my suit, I'm a bad boy. Shades on at night, Dan Aykroyd. Get these brothers blues, what you rap for, the fam and the legacy I craft more. Breathing underground, coming soon on all platforms. Yeah, Cane is the name. Synonymous. Yeah.